Are you interested in the real estate investing? Well, excellent news. We're going to be taking a journey into flipping houses to make $120,000 per year. Or in other words, this could be enough for you to quit your 9 to 5, quit that full-time job, that rat race, and get into the business of real estate. Now, I am going to bring you through step by step. Now, from finding the properties, getting financing, doing the inspection, putting it on the market, getting it sold, exciting things are ahead for us because we are going to be taking this journey together. So stay tuned to learn the secret of successful house flippers as we go towards making $120,000 every year. Let's go. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. The Next Level Life Hacks, where we take the next steps needed to grow towards our financial freedom and success. If you are here for the first time, welcome, welcome. If you are a repeat guest, thank you so much for clicking on this video as we grow towards success. I appreciate your support and you staying around. Now, of course, you know how I start off everything. I always say that you need to do your research. Do not be like me, who have made so many mistakes in starting different business ventures without doing my due diligence in terms of the research. So, of course, my first advice is going to be do some research into this area. Is real estate really an area that you're interested in? Why? I have always known that real estate is an opportunity that you can grow wealth, it can provide passive income, and it is something that can hold value, especially depending on the market that you are in. If you are in the Jamaican market, for example, I have never seen a market like that where real estate is concerned. Real estate never declines. Something drastic has to happen, for example, violence in the area, or they are doing some type of development that really depreciates the value of your property. However, in general, real estate in Jamaica is always appreciating in value. In the US market, however, there will be fluctuations, which is something that we're going to get into later on in the video, that you have to stay in touch with the market to know when there are those fluctuations, to know when to get into the housing market and when to get out of the housing market. But as I said, educating yourself and doing your research is essential. Now, this is pretty simple, and I've said it many times. I might even sound like a scratched record, but it's the facts. There has never been a better time that you can get free education on whichever area that you like. YouTube and the internet in general has vastly changed the educational system. Anything that you need to know is on the internet. Therefore, just do a search on YouTube or any of the other platforms and you will see free courses or videos that will enlighten you in terms of the real estate industry. Now, after we have done that research and that educating, then we're going to be securing our finance, and we're going to do this together. The first thing that we're going to have to do after educating ourselves is to pull together all our resources in terms of liquidity, because we have to get our financing in order. Unless you have a stash of cash somewhere, I do not, then you are going to have to get financing, as do I. And for us to get a pre-approval, the highest pre-approval that we can possibly get, then we are going to be having to prove a few things. We're going to have to, one, show that we have the liquidity to at least make the down payment on whatever property that we want to purchase. We're also going to have to show that we have a good credit score. Now, where your credit score is concerned, I would advise that if you have a credit score of less than 700, then you need some work done. But not to worry, because I got you covered again. Remember, I did a video some time ago. If you are a real OG on this channel from the beginning, you'll see this video here that I did on how to improve your credit score to join the 850 club. Now remember, you do not have to make it to an 850 credit score, but anything over 700, I would say, makes you in a very good position to get a high pre-approved amount. So take those steps before you apply for pre-approval. It will take you a few months for you to get to where you want to, above that 700. But I guarantee you it will be worth it, because you will get a higher pre-approval amount. Because remember, a higher credit score says that you are credit worthy and you can be trusted with a loan. Now, if you have that 700 or higher credit score, we are going to continue with our pooling of our funds. If you have to go into your 401k, then no problem, because this will be a worthwhile investment. You will take a loan from it, at least that's what they do with mine, and whatever you pay back in terms of interest, it goes back to your 401k funds. So you will not be losing. But I think this would be a worthy investment. If it is that you can take advantage of those 0% APR credit cards that allows you 12 to 15 months of no interest payment, then get those credit cards and then find a way to liquidate them to get that funds to put towards this investment. But it's time to huddle all liquidity that you have. Pull out the funds that you have from under your mattress. Put it in a bank so you can show it to the person that you are liquid enough to be pre-approved for the amount. Now, I also have you covered. If you are in the Georgia or Alabama market, I have certain resources available for you that you can utilize. So if you need a pre-approval officer from a lending agency, I got you. I have someone that I can connect you with that will make the process easier for you. Point of note here and advice, if it is that you do not think that you would qualify based on your credit score, or if you don't think you have the liquidity to qualify for the pre-approval, you can bring in a partner. It could be your spouse, a relative, or a good friend, but whoever it is, make sure that this person is credit worthy as well so that they can be approved for the loan. The next step that we're going to take together is to find the properties, and this is the really good part. Partner with a real estate agent or someone that is in the wholesaling or retailing of properties business. And again, if you're in the Georgia or Alabama area, I have that contact for you because I've been doing all the dirty work, all the groundwork. By the way, since I'm doing all this groundwork and all this labor, might as well subscribe. That's the best that you could do for me. Like this video and subscribe right now. I'm waiting. Let's go. So once we find the property, then the next step is that we need to do a detailed inspection of the property. Now, this can make or break you. This is where artificial intelligence or the internet comes in handy again, because there are several templates of inspection checklists that we can use to make sure that the right things are being covered when we are assessing the property to purchase. Remember, if you underestimate the renovation cost in the property, then you can be found with overspending, and this is going to bring the profit margin lower, and you're not going to make as much money as we intended in the beginning. Once we have done the assessment in terms of what will be needed to bring this property to market value or to saleable state, then of course we need to get different quotations from different contractors to make sure that we are optimizing our ability of making the highest profit possible. Of course, we're not going to be cutting corners, but we are going to be making sure that we get quality work at a reasonable cost. Remember as well that when we are doing the renovation and we are compiling the costing, do not go overboard in terms of what you need for the property. Don't bother with the bells and whistles because this is not a property that you intend to reside in. You are just bringing it to value and to a state that you know that you will have a demand for it on the market. So do not overspend on the renovations. In terms of the renovations, I would recommend, at least that's what I am going to be doing. I am going to be placing more emphasis on the areas that will give me a higher return for my investment dollar. So areas like the kitchen and the bathroom, I am going to be spending more and focusing more on those areas. If I put $1 into renovating those areas, it can yield $10 or tenfold in terms of the value added to the market value of the property. The good thing here is that I also have the contact with an excellent contractor. It's actually the contractor that will be assisting in procuring the property. So again, if it is that you want me to assist you in that area, put it in your comment section. I am also going to be putting in the description box my business email address that you can email me directly if you would like me to place you in contact with these resources, because I know that the comment section might be a bit too public for some persons. So email me directly and I will get you hooked up. The renovation section is also going to be very exciting because it's going to be very good to see the stages that we are going to be bringing a dilapidated property or a fixer-upper to a stage where it is ready to be sold on the market. I am going to be going through these steps as well. So this is going to be a series of videos that will bring us from the purchase stage when the property is in need of repairs, bringing you throughout the construction and the renovation to when it is ready for sale and to be placed on the market, which is the next step that we're going to be at, which is placing the property up on the market for sale. Of course, as I mentioned before, in terms of Airbnb and staging properties, you're going to be making sure that we take professional photographs or investing in a good iPhone, as I did, to make sure that the photographs that are taken are of high quality and standard. After we start getting offers on the properties, it's a matter of negotiating and selling the properties. And right after that, guess what? It's a matter of scaling the business, multiplying, and then reaching towards the $120,000 that we are aiming for to make each year. Now, for the purposes of this video, I will not be getting too deep into each area because, as I said, this is the start of a series. And as we go through each step, you will find that I walk you through the process of getting each area done successfully. So therefore, stay tuned for the other episodes that will be in this series. Now, let's look at the calculation to reach our goal of $120,000 each year, so that we can leave the full-time job or leave some of the more labor-intensive side hustles that we have. Now, we are going to be conservative and say that we're going to be making $20,000 to $30,000 off each property that we sell. This will have us doing 4 to 6 houses each year in terms of a flip. That means that every 2 to 6 months, we can be flipping our property to make it to this goal. Remember that 20 to 30,000 is really very conservative because we can be getting properties for 50 to 100,000. If we go to the auction house and purchase a property, we can be getting from 4,000 to 100,000. Yes, as unbelievable as it sounds, there are properties out there that are on lien. They are repossessed that we can get anywhere from $4,000 to $100,000, do the renovations and sell for market value. I do advise, as I said, that you watch the market. In Georgia, it is a booming market. In Florida, it is a declining market. If you have been keeping abreast of the real estate industry, you will realize that in Florida right now, many persons are getting evicted, whether it be from the escalating insurance cost to persons not being able to afford their mortgages and having to be leaving their properties. That is a market that you'd have to watch more. But in other states, you do have markets that are escalating in terms of the demand of properties, and there is not enough supply. So you would have to do the research based on which area you're located in to see the prospect for your success. Now, as I've said in previous videos, it is not going to be a get-rich-quick scheme. I do not believe in that. But we are going to be slowly growing, learning the business from reputable professionals, of course, as we start and build a momentum towards making more and more. This is actually a multi-million-dollar industry that we are going to be getting a piece of. Now, as usual, my friends, if you have found anything useful, even one thing, even half thing beneficial in this video, please like, subscribe, comment, share it with others that might be interested in this area as we grow towards our success. Stay tuned for the other episodes in this series as we go into the real estate flipping business.